Hello, I'm Mark Fox, and welcome to the Slides of Fox video newsletter. Today we want to talk about another one of the lenses in my book, Da Vinci and the 40 Answers. The lens is called Another Dimension.
Dog owners think they know everything about their dogs, but even drinking water can be more interesting than they would ever imagine if they would only see it in slow motion. I asked dog trainer Brislyn Benio to come by the lab so we could take some videos of her dog. Most people have a misconception about how dogs use their tongues to drink water. So before we do any tests, I want to ask you, what do you think it is?
I think that the dog puts their tongue in the water, the tongue forms a bowl, and that's how they lap it up.
What's a human look like when drinking like a dog? It looks like Matt's a better cameraman than a dog.
Gotcha. It's going up my nose.
Yeah, I think that's the most efficient way you can do it.
And of course, everything goes up my nose.
If he didn't drink out of a cup, he'd probably die of thirst or drown.
Came here for. So let's look at what your dog looks like when she drinks. So Taylor, whenever you're ready, do you want to take a drink of water? What do you see?
It seems as though she's throwing the water into her mouth.
I think it is, and it's almost exactly what you said, but with a twist.
It is. It seems like it's almost the reverse. Instead of being a bowl on the top of her mouth, on the top of her tongue, it seems like she's creating a bowl underneath. I've seen, at the shop we see dogs drink 1,000,000 times a day, and I would have never been able to catch that.
The dog's reverse slurp just shows how surprising things can be when we change the lens of time, and how we can really see and understand our world in new ways.
Now, I'll bet you never knew that about your dog. What other assumptions are you making in your business that are wrong? There's probably more than you think. Okay, let's look at a few more examples of how we can apply another dimension. The CN Tower in Toronto, Canada is another great example. It has a glass floor on a 330-foot tall building. Have you ever heard of Second Life? It's a business model someone came up with where you create a character and you live out a different life in a different dimension, that dimension being the internet. Now look at this candy bar. It's not your typical flat candy bar. It's shaped like a triangle or pyramids, which if you were putting together a premium gift basket, you're probably going to be more likely to pick a product like this. How about a floating tube ride that travels through an aquarium full of sharks? Now all these examples are where people have applied the lens of another dimension to come up with a unique product or service. So I want you to think about the lens, another dimension, and how could you apply that to your business? And use the most liberal definition of another lens as you'd like. And just see how you could come up with some new creative ideas by applying that lens to any business problems or opportunities that you have. Thanks again for joining me on the Slides of Fox video newsletter. Catch you next time.